Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Um, just completed one of my runs, and I feel a little bit inspired to talk to some of you guys. Of course, as usual, this is not for everyone. I'm not even sure if anyone is going to come on right now because it might be late depending on where you reside. Uh, if you guys watch my message, the message I sent in the video entitled "Dear Black People," some of you guys might have seen that. And you may have deduced that, well, Rans have been doing some introspection or have been been doing some reflection, same thing, right? So off late I've been doing that a lot, and that's something that I usually do. Hey, what's up? And this is just another one. There might be one more video. Hey, what's up? There might be one more video that I might do to sort of cap off this series of videos that I've been doing in terms of, well, the first one that was Dear Black People, and there's another one as well that I want to send out, because I really like, for the most part, I really enjoy and like, for the most part, to really try to spread light or shed light as much as I possibly can. The message I want to send is, I just did a run, and if you guys listen to the message, Dear Black People, um, you understand one of the reasons why I did that. I started back in 2017, the January 1st, 2017, and I did change my life. I'm not gonna lie, I did change my life. And for those of you who don't have much time right now, let me just say one thing really quickly. If there's something that you want to do with your life, like now, or make a change in your life, you have to adapt a daily routine. So that's what I did back in 2017. When I got up that morning, it was about 5 o'clock, 5:30 a.m. It was winter time, very cold. I came out wearing the same thing that I'm wearing. I've been wearing this thing for like, what, 2, 3 years now, I don't know, something like that. And I came out and I started running, and I felt like I was gonna die with each step I took. Literally, I could not run for 5 minutes without stopping. It was like death. But I kept doing it for 30 days, every single morning, straight, without taking a day off, every day. And that cultivated the habit. So if you're watching this right now and there's something that you want to do, make it a daily routine. That's one of the fastest way to make that thing a habit. The fastest way is to make it a daily thing. Don't say you're gonna do it today, then tomorrow you take off, and then next week or whatever. You have to make it a daily thing. If it's something that frustrates you, if it's something that you've been trying to change for a very, very long time, you have to make it a daily routine. Rule number one, and that works 100%. If you can do that thing that you want to do daily for at least 30 days, you've heard it before, I've tried it, it works. Make it a 30-day thing. At least target 30 days and do it every single day that one. The next thing too is that for the habits that you find that are destructive and are not constructive and are not building you up and bringing you further or forward, replace it with something else. For instance, if there's something that you eat that's unhealthy, it's kind of hard to just eliminate that thing or remove it from a diet completely. So what you have to do is replace that with something else that's healthier. One thing that I did, and this year I'm starting, like, I'm literally reinvesting all that I've learned again in this year, going maybe 4 times as hard, maybe even more than I've actually gone in the last, I don't know, 3 years of my life, because I understand that these things work. So the next thing is replace your bad habits with good ones. Because if you leave a void there, if you say to yourself, I'm going to stop drinking pop or soda, for instance, or stop eating pizza, and you leave a void, trust me, if you don't replace that with something that's more healthy or a healthier option, you may very well fall back into that habit again. So you can't leave a void. Remember, replace it. It's easier to replace than to eliminate completely. Because when the time come, or the urge come for you to engage in a certain activity, if you don't have something to replace that with, it's going to leave a void, and you're going to feel that pull to go back to where you're coming from. So make sure you have a replacement, whatever that is. I don't know what bad habits you have, but and one of the most powerful things about habits as well is that habits are automatic. So the moment you create a new habit, it puts that thing in autopilot, which is great. Because the thing is, whether it's a good habit or a bad habit, it's the same principle. If it's bad, it's going to be easy to do. If it's a good habit, after a while, it's going to be easy to do as well. So habits don't discriminate. Bad habits, whether it's, you name it, I'm not going to tell you what your bad habit is, But if it's eating wrong, not exercising, engaging in or indulging in some other activities, you have to make it a habit, right? So if it's bad, it's going to be so easy. So because habits is autopilot. So if you can cultivate a good habit, whether it's reading, working out, being extremely productive, writing, whatever it is that you want to do, if you can make that thing a good habit, it will become easier the more you do it, because your body will switch that into autopilot mode. So when the time comes for you to read or run or write or work or whatever it is, you find that you're being pulled toward it versus being repelled. So that's what. So it's very, very important to form good habits. Replace bad habits with good ones, because habits do not discriminate. Bad habits, easy to do, hard to live with. Good habits, right? Hard to do but easy to live with. Once you form the habit, you're good. So that 30-day thing works 100%. The reason I came on, and again, this is not for everyone, because I understand that not everything I say or not everything that's out there in the world is for everyone. But this is for the people who it's for. So if you're watching this right now and you don't identify with what I'm saying, you don't agree, or you feel like this is not for you, then it's not for you. It's just the way life is, right? There are certain things I don't eat because I don't like it, but other people love it. It's just the way life is. It's 2020, a new year, and I know that some people say they don't do resolutions, but I want to talk about the transience of life. I did a post earlier today on all the social media platforms I think we're on, about the transience of life, the frailty of life as well, how short life is. And the reason why I usually go to the end and talk about just the nature of life itself is to, even for myself, is to lit a fire behind my behind, so to speak, to let me know that, Ranzo, you don't have forever to do the things that you want to do. You don't have forever to contribute as much as you possibly can to the world, to your family. You don't have forever to fulfill the purpose that you were given. I keep reminding myself of this because if we don't do it, the thing is, this is a fact. If we were gonna live for 100 years or even 200 years, or if we were immortals, then we could do anything that we feel like and waste as much time as possible. But the fact of the matter is, we weren't given that long to live or reside on this earth. None of us. You understand? The old will be replaced by the new, right? In the next, I don't know, 200 years, 100 years, the world is going to be a very different place. We won't be here, more than likely. Some of us might, I don't know, right? But the old give way for the new. So each of us that's watching this right now, who knows how long we're going to be here? And the thing is, sometimes the way I think, I feel that it's in opposition to the way other people think. It's in opposition to the status quo. It's in opposition to the way society is structured overall, because I've never been one to conform or just go with the flow. I don't know, that's never been my mindset or mentality. Because sometimes I generally tend to think deeper, to say, okay, why am I doing this? What's the reason for this? Why do we do things this way versus that way? What's the point? Right? And when I start thinking like that, then I question things and I'm like, okay, there must be a better way. How can someone live more effective or effectively? How can someone be more productive or do things that will contribute not only to your own fulfillment and life, but also to the people around you, your posterity, meaning, your kids, your lineage, your legacy, etc. So I go back to the frailty of life is short. We might live for 70 years, 50 years, we don't know. Some people die at 20. I remember watching this thing online on YouTube, and a guy that was a doctor, and he recently completed medical school. He entered this competition to become a singer because he loves singing, and the guy died literally right after getting accepted to move to round number 2. The guy died after the audition. So he's a doctor who recently graduated from medical school, got the opportunity to pursue singing, passed the audition, and then the man died in a car accident. And he was like 28, 20 something, and he's gone. He's gone in his 20s. He's gone. So I'm saying, like, the goal of this message to you and myself, I'm talking to myself as well, of course, and I'm talking to everyone that's watching. For the person who this message is for, it's not for everyone. I get that. Please do some introspection. Reflect on your life as an individual. All right? It doesn't matter that it's the beginning of 2020. It doesn't matter, because if your mindset is the same as 2019 and the last decade of your life, or the last 20 years, 30, 50 years of your life, then nothing will change. I understand that our mentality is the most important thing. Right? It's like believing that the thing that you set out to do, you can do it. Not necessarily knowing exactly how you're gonna execute it, but understanding that I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but I've purposed in my mind that this is gonna be my reality, that this thing that I'm going after will become my reality, and you go after it. And it's also important to recognize that, or well, before you embark on anything, what is the reason why you're doing it? What's the purpose for doing it? Because if it's not deep within you and it doesn't inspire you as an individual, you won't last long. And it's very, very important. Not only that, you won't be fulfilled. And that's a horrible feeling, because some people, they go after something just because it's something that's popular or some other reason. And then once they're in the method, they realize that, why am I doing this? I'm not fulfilled. And that's the worst thing, to chase after something. And then when you're actually there, you realize that, snap, like, I'm not fulfilled. It's a horrible, empty feeling. Some people probably won't get it until they're actually there. But once you get there, hopefully sooner than later, you'll get there if it's the wrong place for you, and you will realize that this is not the place for me to be, and then you can move on to redeem the time that you've lost chasing after something that wasn't really for you, or something that really wasn't for your fulfillment, or your purpose, or your call. So all I'm saying is, like, I'm just encouraging everyone that's watching. Guys, I know you're commenting. I'll read them right after I'm finished, so I'm not ignoring you. I just want to get this out. Think about your life wherever you are right now. It doesn't matter if you're 15 or you're 57, right? Think about your life right now. If you're alive, you still have time. All you have to do to revolutionize your life, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how outside of you look, your external environment. If you can switch your mind, everything around you changes. It might sound cliche, but it's a reality. If you can change the way you perceive, your perception, the way you see things, your mindset, everything outside of you will change. And I know that sometimes, and I said this before, we run away from things that are uncomfortable, things that are challenging, right? Me putting myself out there, something that I might not be that comfortable with. I guess I'm more comfortable these days, but in the beginning I wasn't so comfortable. But I won't allow that to stop me from saying what I want to say or doing what I want to do. So I wanna send that, right? Like, you might not feel comfortable, or something might be very, very challenging for you, but you have to understand that it's just the way things are. It's a part of the process. It's necessary. It's just like even the run I just did. It was challenging, but the goal is to complete it, because there is benefits for doing what I'm doing. Why do you eat what you eat? Why do you do what you do? Is because there's a benefit, whether it's a benefit to yourself or to the people you love or to the people that you are responsible for, or to, or accountable to. Think about your life, really. Maybe you've come to this point in time and you feel like you haven't done anything yet, or you're wondering why you're here, or you're like, man, I've wasted so much time. It's the past, okay. What are you gonna do going forward? Realize that your life is transient, is short. We were only given a certain amount of time, and the reality is we don't know how long we'll be here. We don't know how long we will have our youth. We don't know how long we'll have our intellect, our mind, all the faculties working. We don't know how long we will have our legs, or our body, our appendages, everything that we have, just your body, whatever, your mind, your family, your friends, your resources, whatever it is that you have right now. You don't know how long you will have it. So don't take anything for granted, and please use what you have at your disposal right now to get you to where you need to go. It's extremely important. You won't be here forever, so why postpone or put off the things that are dear to you? I'm saying to you that's watching right now, the thing that you have within yourself, even if other people don't understand it, they don't get it, they hate it, they want you to stop, whatever it is, they're discouraging you. Is it something that's true for you as an individual? Deep within you as a person, is that something that resonates with you inside? Is it something that you feel like, man, this is really that thing for me, man? I really like this thing. Like, I'm drawn to this thing continually, but people won't like it if I do it. I'm not that good at it. I don't think I'm that good at it. Or you might be good at it. Whatever it is, please pursue that thing. Please, as I said, leave it all on the table. Give your all. Lay it out there. Put it down, because you won't be here forever. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not trying to come with a negative type of message to weigh you down. I'm just talking about the reality of life and maybe trying to say something that might get you to start that thing or get involved in the thing that you need to do because it's very, very important. Why are you putting it off? Right? Why are you doubting yourself? The fact of the matter is, you nor anyone around you, no matter how much of an expert they are, they can't tell you that this thing won't work. They can't tell you that in 2 years' time you won't be at this place because they don't know. They can't see that far. None of us can. We can have vision and see it and say, okay, this is where I want to be at this point in time. But the fact of the matter is, you can't predict it. They can't predict it. So why are we going to listen to it? When history dictates or teaches us that there are a lot of things that people have done time and time again that the world didn't understand, that their parents did not understand, that their spouse did not understand, their kids, their friends, family, even themselves might not really get exactly why they're drawn to this thing. But the reality is, stories like this have been told over and over again, and history has proven to us that it might still become a reality, that it is possible. And that's the most beautiful thing. So the message is, don't conform for the sake of conforming when your heart is telling you something else, when you're being drawn to something else. Don't deny your dream. The purpose that you have, don't turn a blind eye. As I said in the message, dear black people, don't leave the phone ringing. Take it up and answer the phone, answer the call. Why? Because our time is limited. For that reason alone, our time is limited. And for all we know, we have one existence, one experience like this, right? The age I am right now, I won't be this age ever again. This day that I've lived today, I'll never get a chance to live this day again. That's a fact of life. And it's true for me, and it's true for you as well. Today, tomorrow, next week, we won't have it again. And I understand that there are a lot of distractions, and it's really, really hard sometimes to tear ourselves away from certain things. And, one thing that I'm going to be doing this year as well is replacing entertainment with education 100%. Because if you think about entertainment, of course, we can enjoy things, but not too much. Because if it's not moving us further, we can't spend too much time consuming it because it's literally keeping us where we are. And the people who are producing these entertainment, they're already where they want to be already. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like, what are you doing for yourself? Educate yourself in some way, shape, or form. The time that you're investing in consuming some type of entertainment, of course you can do it in moderation, right? Of course, in moderation is fine, right? It's there for a reason. We all need to have a balanced life. But it's better to err on the side of doing more than is required than to err on the side of doing less than is required. And most of us do less than what's required, myself included. I've done that. I've been a victim of that. I remember there was one year where a resolution that I had was simple. And I find that having simple resolutions or resolve is better for me. Like one I had, I think it was 2017 or 2018, was doing what works. Because a lot of times we understand there are certain methodologies, there are certain strategies, there are certain things that we all know, okay, in theory this thing might work. Or we know something that works and we fail to do it all the time because we don't like doing it or we have different ideas. But if something works, do it. So I remember one year that was my resolution, is like doing what works. I knew that running worked, right? When it comes down to losing weight, I knew that eating a certain thing helped me, avoiding a certain type of food helped me. I know that running in the mornings, doing other workout at certain periods helped me. So I'm like, okay, let me just do that. Someone can have another resolution like this year, and I remember another year as well. A resolution I had was replacing entertainment with education. So when I had the desire to watch something or binge watch something, that's entertainment or a TV show or something, I would listen to something else or listen to an audiobook or watch something else to replace that time. So it's the same principle that I said when it comes on to having this craving for something that's unhealthy. By replacing that or satiating that with something else that is healthy, or satisfying that with something that's healthy, it helps a lot. One thing that I did recently was canceled Netflix. So I canceled my Netflix subscription, because, and I find that I still have the desire sometimes to go on Netflix and watch something, and because I canceled it and I told myself I'm not going to renew this subscription, my mind go to something else. So I'm like, the time I would invest in watching something, I'm watching something else on YouTube that's educational, reading a book, I'm doing something else, and by doing that enough times, and I've done this in the past a lot of times, by doing it enough times, you start getting attracted to the things that will move you further. And that's the fact of life. Habits do not discriminate. Principles of life are true for every person. You plant a seed, you water that seed. If it's the right soil, the conditions are right, it will grow. And that's a principle of life. You plant a mango seed, you water it, you'll get a mango tree. That's it. So habits do not discriminate. So if you as an individual cultivate good habits, right, doing things that will move you further, that will inspire you, the people around you, add value to your own life and those around you, it will become easier for you to do it. You'll find yourself, as I said earlier, being drawn to the things that will move you further. So I come back to the reason why I turned on this thing and went live. Sitting by the run path, as you guys can see behind me, just finished my run, is before I say that, this message will only resonate with maybe some people. Why? Because sometimes it takes a long time to get into a zone or a frame of mind that you can receive certain things, and not only receive certain things but actually act on it. So sometimes you got a principle that I employ is force feeding myself positivity, because sometimes you just don't want to hear stuff like this, right? Sometimes you just don't care about just doing anything. You just want to lie in your bed or just waste time. Sometimes you just want to do that, right? That's true. That's reality. But to get yourself in a frame of mind or to change your mindset, you have to force yourself to do the things that you don't want to do. And sometimes the easiest way I've found is to play something that is inspirational when you don't feel like it, because your ears are open. So if you play it in your house or your car, or you got some blue headset on while you're commuting or driving or whatever, it's going into your head and it's changing it's working on your mindset. So you can do that over and over again. Try it for 30 days. The 30-day routine, try it, whatever it is, 30 days. Over and over again, and then you'll realize that you will become more attractive to that thing. You'll start drawing that thing toward you, and you won't be repelling it. You won't feel like, okay, I don't want to hear this right now. I can't deal with all this positivity, this optimism. I can't. I hate it, right? By feeding yourself that thing long enough, you'll develop an appetite for it, and then it will be easier for you to digest something like this that I'm actually doing right now. Because I understand that. I've been there. So what I wanted to say, again, the reason why I came on this thing is just to remember the transience of life, that life is short. Your life, my life. It doesn't matter where you've been before today, right? It doesn't matter how many times you've failed, and it's the reality. There are so many stories, too many stories actually, way too many stories that have literally shown us the way forward for us to ignore them. Way too much. And the thing is, if we want a different existence or experience, we have to be willing to do the things that the experience that we want requires. So that's where it's at. So it's like, for the people or those amongst us who want a different experience, if you don't want a different experience, okay, then you can chill where you are, that's fine. But if you do want a different experience, then the question is, what does this experience require of me for me to experience this thing or to be at this place? Once you find the prerequisites, the requirements, then the onus is on you as an individual to do what's required to get you to where you need to go. And I also, and the thing is, I don't believe in doing things for just doing them, or doing something just because you can make money doing it. Because the void of not being fulfilled doing something, no matter the rewards or the results that you're getting, if you aren't fulfilled, it's a horrible feeling, and before long you're going to be extremely depressed. And that's why sometimes you find people who you perceive to be experiencing a certain level of success. You're wondering, why did they walk away from that? You can't wrap your mind around it. It doesn't make sense to you. Why did this person commit suicide? You can't understand it. Why did this person do this? You can't wrap your mind around it, because you're like, but this is something that's desirable to all people. But the thing is, they weren't fulfilled. There was a void there. That's why. And you can't wrap your mind around it until maybe you yourself experience it. Then you realize that, snap, I'm here now. Now what? So one thing that I do, and maybe you can try it as well, is to project myself to where I want to be. And then I try to experience emotions of being there, like really live it in my present moment, even in the absence, the physical absence of that thing or an experience. I try to project myself there mentally and try to experience it and say to myself, okay, I'm here now. Now what? Is this really what I want? And if when I experience it, tricking myself that I already have it, if I really dig deep into that thing and experience that and live it in my mind and realize that, man, maybe that might not be what I want, then I go back to the drawing board, recalibrate, and say to myself, okay, Ranzo, what do you really want to do? Why do you want to do it? You don't have much time in this world. None of us do. Even if you live 100 years, that's a long time, I guess. But it's still transient, it's still temporary, it's still going to end at some point, and then you can't move forward. That's it. The time you were allocated is gone. So the question is, what did you do with your time? What did you invest your time in? Right? So what I'm trying to say is that make sure that find that thing. All other variables, everything else that's acceptable, or the status quo, or your parents, your whoever else is saying you gotta do this thing or that thing. What is that thing for you? It's very, very important for your own well-being, your mindset, You have to find that thing within you and begin at once. You might not have the resources. I keep saying this over and over again, the expertise, all these things. Get after it. And the thing is, you have to set it in your mind that, okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to accomplish. This is what my goal is. And then things will start making themselves known. You'll start seeing things that you never saw before. But the thing is, it won't happen until you've made that decision. That, for instance, if you say to yourself, I'm gonna move to this place, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna do this thing, and you say this is my goal, and you started moving in that direction, until you do that, you won't see things clearly. But once you decide that this is your goal, then you start seeing things. Okay, this is how I can achieve this is how I can get to this place, this is how I can do that, and things become clearer. So you gotta do that. That's one of the first things you gotta do. But find that thing for yourself. And just a reminder, it doesn't matter what people are saying, the level of negativity that's been directed toward you, the doubt that's been directed toward you, you looking around you and you're realizing that no one is doing the thing that you want to do, or you don't think is possible, or whatever it is that resistance, that thing that's preventing you from going after that thing within your heart. Go after it, please. You don't have forever. That's the message that I'm sending in a nutshell. Go after that thing. And some people will come back with rebuttals about, what about money? A family. Like, I can't just do what I want because, I got to take care of my family. And all these things. I still say, and well, this is the way I do it, right? Because I have a family as well. Some of you guys know I have a wife and a daughter. My daughter is 5. She just turned 5. And I'm like, usually I have so much faith. That's something that I try. Some of you guys don't know my full story, right? But of course, I'm from Jamaica, and I'm pretty much I grew up I guess you could say in poverty. I guess you could say in poverty. I grew up in like in an inner city community, what you call the ghetto, the hood, whatever. There was a time in my life when literally we never had running water in the place I resided, so we had to walk with buckets to go out and catch water, maybe a mile or two away, and then bring it to the house. Like that was like some of my earliest years on this earth in Jamaica. And even growing up in certain, I'm not saying that I'm on the mountaintop now or anything like that, but I'm a long way off from where I began. And I'm still not even close to where I'm gonna be. But I'm saying that, you know what, we can move from where we are to where we need to go. But I'm just trying to say that the thing that you wanna do, just go after it. You don't have to, man, like, it does. It doesn't matter your conditions. It doesn't matter your circumstances. This is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter your circumstances. You can still go after the thing that you want. You can still do the thing that you desire that's in your heart. You know, it's execution might be hard when it comes on to overriding the naysayers, especially if they're close to you, and overriding negativity and doubt, even your own doubt, doubting yourself. It might be challenging, but I just want to implore you, encourage you this morning, this night, wherever you are, whatever time it is, to really this year, don't think about New Year's resolution, but just this year, go after that thing, please. And don't get too caught up in thinking about money or how can I make money doing this thing. The most important thing is to make sure that you're fulfilled. If you can find that thing, eventually then you'll figure out how to make money doing whatever it is. Whatever it is, whatever it is, it might be entrepreneurial, it might be a certain job, it might be something charitable, whatever it is. Please pursue that thing. Understand that you don't have enough time, and understand as well that it's possible. So if it's possible and you know that you don't have forever to do it, why aren't you doing it? Even if you don't have the resources, still start walking in that direction. That's what I want to say to you. It doesn't matter. It does not matter the naysayers, what they say. It doesn't matter if you lack the resources. It doesn't matter if your circumstances don't seem congenial to the thing that you want to do or conducive to the things that you want to do, right? Please, please don't waste your life. Our time is limited. Someone is waiting for you to do something. Someone is waiting for you to invent something. Someone is waiting for you to start something. Someone. And if they and that someone might very well be yourself. Even though I'm talking about other people, the populace of the world, or the country in which you reside, someone is waiting. So that's the message. My battery is dying on this phone right now. I just wanted to really send this message to you guys. Please, 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 please understand. Please understand. One of my goals is, I really believe that the world is the way it is because a lot of people don't do the purpose that they were given. A lot of people come here to the earth and they have so many things within them, and they don't contribute it to the world. So that's why we are the way we are. Some problems that we're facing as humans, I believe that because some people won't answer their call, that's why we have some of the problems that we have. Some of the solutions that to some of the problems that we face, people like yourself have it. But because of fear, right, you feel like you're inadequate because of what society is telling you, because of what people around you are telling you, your family, those closest to you, the doubt within your mind, the unbelief, that's preventing you from taking the step forward, and as a result, humanity is suffering. That's how I think about it. So the message again is, I'm gonna end it because if I don't end this right now, I want to read the comments. I'm gonna have to read them afterwards, unfortunately, because I have 10% or less on my phone. It's gonna die. So I'll read the comments after. Forgive me for not reading it while I'm talking. But understand, one, you don't have forever because your life is short. Two, It doesn't matter the conditions. It does not matter. It doesn't matter that it seems like you don't have what it takes. It doesn't matter. And three, it's possible. It's possible. So why not do it? It's possible. Even if it's not, even if it has, even if it has never been done before, it's still possible. And even if people doubt you, it's still possible. There are too many stories out there. There are too many stories where people laugh in someone's face and then the person achieve what people thought they couldn't do. There are too many stories, so you can never doubt anyone. Too many stories. History has so many lessons. History has taught us so much that we can't play the fool. There are too many stories for us to doubt ourselves. How many stories have you heard where someone never had the expertise, they never had the money, they never had the support, their circumstances weren't the best, they never had the education, they never had all these things, yet still, in the end, they did what everyone thought they couldn't do. Human potential. Human potential. Human potential. Please. Life is way too short, man. And you have what it takes. So why haven't you started yet? Please. I just wanna send that message. That's the message. That's the message. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna Happy New Year. I'm gonna go now. I wanna read the comments, but I don't know like if I'll be able to get through them, and I don't want this to just end abruptly, which is very, very possible. So I'll just end it, and then I'll go through the comments afterwards. I was gonna take this video down, but I think I might just leave it, whatever it's, even though the lighting is not that great. But please, I just want you guys to just really take what I'm saying. Take what I'm saying, please, and understand that it's not for me. It's not for anyone else. It's for you. And one of the biggest things, because I know that a lot of people allow the society and the words of other people to slow them down or stop them. I understand that. And that's why I keep saying that the people that are telling you no or telling you that you can't do it, they won't enjoy the rewards. And they won't feel the consequences. Right? They won't lead an unfulfilled life if they tell you no and you decide not to do it, even though you wanted to do it, and you succumbed to their influence and you adhered to their poisonous advice or whatever. They won't be the one that will feel the pain or experience unfulfillment. You will. So why would you listen to them? And similarly, on the flip side, the rewards that you will receive as an individual, the fulfillment that you will feel when you've answered your call, when you're walking in your purpose, you will enjoy that. They won't, or maybe they will, because maybe you end up doing something that would benefit them as well. Hey, if that's the case, why not? Whatever. But because they won't feel the pain, you need to do what you need to do, because you will feel it. Right? That's the truth. So when someone is trying to stop you, when you know it's something that you want to do and you're like, you believe in it so strongly, go after it. Life is short, man. It's not pessimistic, it's not, I'm not coming off with negativity, but it's just something to bring things into perspective. It's something to bring us to a place of sobriety so we can understand the experience that we have, and that it's limitless. Really, it's limitless, guys. It's limitless. But do it for you, man. And I don't know why, but I really derive a lot of joy from sharing things like this. Yeah. I really hope it really helps someone, and I'm also talking to myself. And every single thing that I share, I do myself, right? So I'm not the type of person that would tell someone to do something that I'm not doing. That's not me at all. If I'm doing it, I'm telling you about it. And sometimes I share things and people don't listen, but I do it myself. And then, you know, as a result of doing it myself, I get the results, right? And then I tell someone something, they don't listen to me, and then it's like, okay. But the good thing is I follow my own advice, and not a lot of people do that. And I understand that if I don't do it, one, I'll be a hypocrite, and then two, I won't experience what I really know that I will experience if I do some of the things. And most of the things that I talk about, I've learned them through experience, right? But yeah, that's the message, guys. Please, 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 man. Um, yeah, it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. You know, have a good one. I'll catch you guys again. I guess in another video. I don't really do live streams too much these days, even though I started really doing live streams. That was the first thing that I began doing on social media overall, live streams, back in 2016. Yeah, 2016, 2015, 2016, something like that. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening. All the best to you and yours. Bye for now, guys. I'll read the comments after. Sorry that I never got to read them. My brother's gonna die. But take care. Bye for now.